today's video, I'm going to discuss how I'm going about my cut or my fat loss phase in terms of my nutrition and my training. So I've just done my first check-in. I am my own coach, so I'll be doing this once a week just to one, stay accountable, and two, obviously just to see how I'm progressing every week. And if I need to, I'll make some adjustments for the week ahead with my calories or my cardio. So let's have a chat about nutrition first. To be in a fat loss phase or to lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. So I took my weight this morning and I went online and calculated my maintenance calories. So to do this, you just go find a BMR calculator. I have one that I use all the time for myself or for my clients as well. So I've calculated my maintenance and I've decided that I'm going to enter a 300 calorie deficit, which isn't too aggressive to begin with. This is kind of sustainable for me and I can manage the deficit at these numbers in the beginning. I've entered aggressive calorie deficits before and they just do not work for me. Although yes, I did lose fat in a short period of time, it affected my mental health and it's not worth it for me. My sleep was affected, my period started going weird, I was just moody, my performance in the gym wasn't that good. So I'm trying to learn from my past mistakes. I would rather it be a little bit longer and it a bit more enjoyable for myself and maintainable. I mean, being in a deficit is never going to be overly enjoyable, but you can make it a little bit easier on yourself. So the macro split that I'm starting with is 40% carbohydrates, 30% protein, and then the rest will just be fats. So these are just the starting statistics for me. Do you know what? I actually, in the beginning, I won't be saying this in a few weeks, but in the beginning, when I enter a calorie deficit, I actually quite enjoy it because I've either came from a bulk or, loosely tracking or whatever, and I've been craving a little bit more discipline with my nutrition. And I also find that I eat so much more healthier in a calorie deficit because I'm focusing more on micronutrients, I'm drinking more water, and I'm also increasing the volume of my meals to stay fuller with veggies or more fruits and stuff. So I do find I feel like a lot more healthier in the beginning. So really that's it for my nutrition. In terms of my training, I used to have 6 training days a week. So I had 3 upper bodies and 3 lower bodies. I've decided to drop one of my upper bodies. So I've now got a full upper and a back and shoulders. And then for now, I have 3 leg days, but I've got 2 moderate leg days, and then I've got 1 lighter leg day. Your recovery and your performance is not the same in a calorie deficit, so you have to be a little bit more strategic. I'm just going to see how it goes depending on my recovery and my performance. So rep ranges are nothing too heavy. Probably going to be in the 8 to 10 rep range for most of my lifts just now. I've also included 2 cardio days. So I'm going to have 1 lower intensity kind of cardio day and 1 more higher intensity. So all this is kind of what I'm doing for phase 1 of my cut. I normally have it in 3 phases. So phase 1 is week 1 to 4, and then I'll make some changes for phase 2, kind of see how my recovery's been, see how I'm getting on in the gym, see how much weight I'm losing. I'll then maybe change my training split, or I will add some cardio or both sometimes. So that's the plan really with my training and my nutrition, and things will change over time. I will be having a check-in every week, so I'm going to be keeping you all updated on my progress, changes that I'm going to be making. So I'm actually so excited to be working towards a different fitness goal for a little while. I know a lot of people usually choose to grow or to bulk over winter, but I actually find it easier to be in a calorie deficit over winter. I'm not doing as many things, I'm at home a little bit more, and I feel like I can focus more rather than try and do this over summer. So I'm just waiting to make meal number 1. I usually eat a little bit earlier, but because I'm trying to be a little bit more mindful with my meal timings, I've pushed breakfast forward a little bit. So anyway, let's go make some breakfast because I am so hungry. Okay, I'm going to make meal number 1, which is going to be a tofu scramble. Lots of veggies to bulk it up, and I'm going to serve it on some mini tortillas. I never actually used to like tofu scramble that much. I think I used to add way too much turmeric in it. And I kind of went off of it for so long, but I made it a little while ago and it tasted so much better. You can kind of make it your own anyway. The reason that I'm having this for breakfast is because it's high protein and it's also going to be quite filling. I'm going to bulk it up with some mushrooms and just some tomatoes and some spinach. So I'm using 1 calorie cooking spray. I usually don't track this in my daily calorie amount. It's not a huge amount, it's just a few sprays. So I was just cooking the mushrooms and I'm gonna add in the tofu. I like to just split it in half and then just sort of crumble it with my hand. I mean, you can mash it up, but I just prefer to use my hands. So what I'm cooking just now is actually gonna be 3 meals. So this is my breakfast for the next 3 days. So I'm adding 2 teaspoons of nutritional yeast, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and I'm just doing a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric. This kind of gives it the color, but I don't like a huge amount of this in here. And then just some salt and pepper. I suppose this is supposed to be like a sort of like an egg scramble, but obviously vegan. I took extra hot sauce because I'm obsessed with it. So this should keep me pretty full until my next meal. Anyway, I'm gonna go enjoy this. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.